From the studio of WTAP Plus, you're watching Women of the MLV with host Phyllis Smith.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Women of the Mid-Ohio Valley. Today, I have Michelle Waters with me, and she is the founder of Weird Flex Yoga. Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm so good.
Thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. I like the shirt too.
Oh, yeah.
The merch,
Go.
Weird Flex with
Weird
Michelle.
Flex Skelly.
And then people can't see it, but you've got the skeleton.
Could they see it? Like if I raised my knee?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, show off your yoga moves.
So we can't. It's hard to see.
Your yoga flexibility.
That's all. That's as good as it gets.
That was a direct ploy. But so, Michelle, if people haven't heard of Weird Flex Yoga, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So my kiddo helped name the business because we thought Weird Flex was a funny name. My goal has been to create kind of just an experience where people can have alternative approaches to, a lot of it's yoga, but we also, just work on community and breathing and stretching and kind of integrating experiences. Sometimes it's field trips, sometimes it's little make and takes kind of things, but just giving people fun excuses, quote unquote, or reasons to take care of themselves.
What's a make and take?
So we've done so many things. So we've incorporated things like candle gazing meditation and made our own candles. We've done different things around intention setting and made our own incense. Done smudge bundling. A lot of it's what people call woo-woo stuff.
What's smudge bundling?
So a lot of times that's just tying some leaves or herbs together in a little bundle. Have you ever heard of like smudging with sage or something?
Was it like cleansing your house of spirits? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but sometimes there's other options. You can use so many things. I think we've used like cedar and rosemary and lavender and just learning how to tie them together so that they can dry well, and then you can use them in your house.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have a studio or do you kind of move around?
I don't really have a brick and mortar studio. I get bored, so I like to hop around and go to different places and really help everybody who comes to our classes to learn about what options we have here. There's so many great businesses. There's so many great parks and historic homes and so many places that maybe people have never been to. So we incorporate a lot of different businesses and places into our classes.
That's cool. You do alpaca yoga?
We have, and I miss those babies. I haven't seen them this year. But I think it was the very first, we did alpaca classes for a while with Alpaca Run Farms. Love them. I think it was the very first class we did. One of the mamas went into labor and we got to help deliver her baby. And we got to name him Sal for salutation.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I think my coworker Cassidy was at that class.
Yeah.
Maybe she was like telling me about that
So
before you
wild.
came. Yeah.
So wild.
Yeah, that is fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
So how long have you had Weird Flex?
Just over 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, not very long.
Yeah.
But I think we have a really solid crew of folks who come fairly consistently, and sometimes they'll bring friends. We just have new people kind of flowing in. So
Has it been difficult to build a client base?
I don't know. That's interesting. I know I do feel like signups kind of ebb and flow. And I know that like sometimes things just come up. People can't be in a class, and we don't have a consistent schedule. We don't do, except for chair yoga, we do the first Monday of every month. But other than that, it's just kind of evenings and weekends, wherever we can squeeze them in. And I know that can be challenging when you don't have like an every Thursday kind of thing or whatever. But I think part of it is they're just drawn to the vibes that we have and the unique experiences that we have.
So do people follow your Facebook page to see?
Yep, Weird Flex Yoga. I think that should be right.
Do you have Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and I think it's Weird Flex Yoga Stretch. Because for some reason I couldn't get Weird Flex Yoga on there.
Oh, maybe somebody already snatched that
Because
or
it's
something.
cute.
Yeah.
I give that credit to my
It
kiddo.
is cute. Yeah. Are you on TikTok?
No. I
Oh.
had to draw the line somewhere.
I know, like all the different platforms.
Yeah.
So, what made you want to start your own business?
Well, I didn't want to.
But
It
you-
was not my intention. It was definitely not my initial intention. But I knew that yoga kept being recommended to me as self-care. And I had done it, but a lot of times I think I was just going about it in a way that I felt overwhelmed. And the learning curve was a bit too strong for me. Sometimes I have a little bit of a slow processor. And I would show up and I would like not really feel like I was hitting the mark. And I would be really hard on myself, really. And so I'm like, okay, well, I've discovered this type of yoga called Rage Yoga.
Rage yoga?
Rage Yoga.
Oh.
I know. Where they incorporated yelling and swearing and like all of these different types of movements and like silly little names. And I'm like, well, how fun are we? You know, I'm going to look into this. And they weren't really doing training at the time. But even if they did, they're like, you have to have your 200 hour. And I was like, that settles it. I want to learn more. So I looked into it. And as what happens with so many people that I know that have done 200 hour, which is the like kind of the basic starter pack for teacher training, if someone's not familiar with that term. But what I discovered is the more I learned and the more I was able to internalize so many things about yoga, the more I was like, oh, I want everybody to know about this. And maybe to do it in a way that attracts a demo that's not being hit.
Yes.
You know.
Do you like to play metal during yoga?
Yes, I love metal yoga. And I was nervous about it at first because like listening to metal music, I know I've said that before. I'm like, metal yoga. They're like, so you like use metal instruments or something? No, not really. But so we listen to metal. Sometimes we listen to black metal. Sometimes we listen to like 80s metal, you know, but people know what they're getting into before they show up. And I was nervous about it because I know that can seem so opposed to what you might think of when you think of a traditional yoga experience. But when I talk to my students and the folks who come into, we call them our family, our Weird Flex family, when they were coming and they were like, no, like that's the music that relaxes me. You know, not everybody has the same model or the same mold, you know, that they fit into. So yeah, metal yoga sometimes.
Yes. Have you ever done hip hop yoga?
Yes.
I've done a couple. I liked hip hop yoga.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We, I think we did like a 90s hip hop and hip stretch class.
Ooh.
Like it was all
a
focused
theme.
on.
Yeah, I see the theme there.
I'm a sucker
Yeah.
for a theme.
Yeah. Yeah. So you found people enjoyed. Do you still do the metal classes?
Oh, yeah. We haven't done one. I'm trying to think. I think I have one coming up soon, but we haven't done one in maybe a month or so. But every time we haven't had one in a while, people are like, you know.
They want it back.
Yeah.
How much is it to go to a class?
Most of the classes are around $20. Anything that, like we said before, with the make and takes, or if I have maybe a hefty rental fee, it might cost a little more. But I try to keep it base, and then usually once a month, if not once every other month, I attempt to do a donation class. Or bring a friend for free kind of class.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw you've done classes in cemeteries. Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. We were supposed to have one yesterday and it rained.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we moved it, but especially this time of year.
Right. Spooky
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
coming
Now,
up.
I do emphasize, though, for folks who haven't been there, when we do cemetery yoga, we don't practice on the grave sites. We have a site that's separate. from the grave area, but it's still a part of the cemetery proper.
Is
So-
that, what cemetery is it?
Usually we use Oak Grove Cemetery in Marietta.
Oh, okay.
But we also have access, one of our students has a family cemetery on her property
Oh,
that we've
okay.
used as well. So,
Yeah.
pretty neat.
And that's just something you kind of came up with yourself?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. If somebody out there shared the idea with me and I stole it from you, I want to apologize. But I think I was just like, yeah, that sounds fun. So my bad though, if I'm wrong. But yeah, we're always looking for fun places. Fun, that sounds funny to say after that, but like unique places to practice.
Right.
We did do a couple of classes at the People's Mortuary Museum
Mm.
in Marietta.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever been there.
So cool.
Yeah.
And we got to do a tour, and then we practiced in the Hearst Garage. That's where we did our class.
Yeah. Wow. Have you ever done cat yoga?
We have, yes, at Mineral Wells Veterinary Clinic.
So you kind of have like a
Yes.
broad scope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we hop around. And folks, I know they come from as far as like the Columbus and Athens area, sometimes down from Charleston. Most of the students are local, but yeah.
It sounds like something kind of fun.
Yeah.
Something like new and exciting.
And so sometimes one of the things that I think has helped is a lot of our students are maybe neurodivergent in some way. We tend to attract the outcasts or the weirdos, right? We're the Weird Flex family. And so we can find it, the royal we, can find it somewhat motivating to be like, I'm kind of tired. I'm not really feeling like going to yoga tonight, but man, I'm going to miss the mortuary tour.
Right.
Or, I won't get to be in the cemetery.
I won't get to see the cats.
I won't
yeah.
get to see the cats or the alpacas. And so there's that extra nudge, and once you show up,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
feel so good.
You have to motivate yourself sometimes
Oh,
to
absolutely.
move. Yes, because
Mhm.
daily life. Somebody said adulting is an extreme sport.
It is. And sometimes we just need to breathe, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite style of yoga that you like to teach?
Breathing. No.
Yeah.
Almost all of our classes are slow paced, very gentle. I guess that would be called hatha, but we also do restorative classes and we do yin classes. But we're like little sloths sometimes,
I like that style
Yeah.
too. Do you do yoga nidra?
I don't. I'm fascinated by it. It's not something I feel connected to, but I know some of my students really do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I sometimes I use this app called Insight Timer. Have you
Yeah.
heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's Tara Brock made it.
Okay.
Yeah, and she has kind of like some yoga nidras on there, or like bedtime stories, like to help you fall asleep. And
So I don't want to interview you too much, but like, what do you love about yoga nidra?
I like it because it's supposed to be like sleeping, like
Which is my favorite thing to do.
literally though.
Yeah. Like that's why like I feel guilty for restorative yoga because I'm like it's maybe 6 poses. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? But it's so
Right.
beneficial. I
Yes.
feel it. I feel it at the class, but
Yes.
it's like we're napping. We did a ghost story class with Viva from Dark Discoveries Tours
Oh,
on
really?
Friday, and she told us local spooky stories while we did restorative yoga.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so like, and she said, I think I heard some people snoring, and I'm like, that's right.
Yes.
Like, that's the best.
And I feel like, sometimes I think people in yoga, they think they have to punish themselves.
Exactly.
And it's kind of like, I think you might benefit more
I mean,
like relaxing.
Do you remember when you were just saying adulting is hard? Do we not punish ourselves enough? Like, for real, can we just maybe,
Enough is enough.
in the self-care realm, like, can we stop?
And honestly, if you lose your connection to your breath,
Yeah.
you're technically not doing yoga anymore at that point.
Right.
You're doing exercise.
Right.
So
It makes me laugh a lot. Like sometimes the students, because I'll catch myself, I'll be doing something and I'll be concentrating. I'll be like, hey gang, don't forget to breathe. And I'll hear,
right.
And it's like, that's
Right.
good. Breathing's our friend.
Take some deep cleansing breaths.
Exactly. So
Right.
funny.
No, if I say one more time, keep your shoulders down from your ears.
It's because I'm doing it. Like I feel it, I call
I'm like
myself
sitting
on
at
it.
my desk.
Yeah.
I'm literally like Igor. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm very zen.
Literally. I'm calm.
Yeah.
Everything's okay. Everything's fine. But yeah, some of the do you like hot yoga?
No. No. My body is so ridden with like stress and cortisol and like all that stuff, and I'm trying to censor myself because I like don't want you to have to go back through and do that later. But like I don't need extra heat personally. Some
Mhm.
people, that is the way that they
Literally love it.
yes. And like I already feel like that's just an extra layer of overwhelm that I
Right.
don't need in my life. So personally, no. And kind of like with the yoga nidra, some people, that is their jam.
Right. Speaks to them.
The nidra experiences that I've had, I felt like they were directive, and I don't like being told what to do. That's part of my struggle, and that's part of the whole jam behind Weird Flex, is that we give lots of options. We're mad into like adapting and like, oh, if that's not working for you, literally speak up or do your own thing,
Right.
because you're here for yourself.
True.
In my opinion, and so a lot of students share that sentiment that they don't really like being told what to do either.
We love an obstinate queen.
I know, right? Slay. Okay. So that was also a big motivator. There's certain things like I have a very short waist. It doesn't matter how many years I've been doing yoga. There's certain things that are very challenging for my frame. And so learning that there are options for that blew my mind in half, And so I got so excited, and it's like, and sometimes it's not a short waist. Sometimes it's just like maybe a little bit of like extra or a little curve there, that's kind of impeding a forward fold or something. So then you don't do that. And you don't, like you were saying before, like you don't punish yourself. And you don't think, well, maybe when I get really good at yoga, I can touch my toes. No, absolutely not. Like I say that all the time. No, no. I've said that already. But like sometimes that would just mean like
I was gonna start the
Yes,
podcast with like a no.
New merch. And there's a couple of students in class that would totally get it because I do say that all the time.
Yeah.
But maybe that means you bring blocks to you, or maybe that means you press your hands like above your knees or something. And so we emphasize those things instead of just giving one option. And to me, that's like part of the weird.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the first time I tried to do pigeon. That was a hot mess.
I was terrified of pigeon.
Who wouldn't be?
I know, it looks so intimidating.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I'm trying to think. So like one leg is forward. Did I just kick you?
No.
Okay. Sorry if I
It's all good.
Like one leg is forward, and usually, if anatomy allows, like the shin is parallel to the front of the mat, and then the other leg, maybe it's straight behind you,
Yeah.
but like not for everybody, right?
Right.
And so I ask my students, and I'm like, hey, what kinds of poses do you want me to like incorporate into future classes? And they're always like pigeon, and I'm like,
Oh, they
no,
like it?
absolutely
No,
not.
no.
Yeah. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like what? And so then we did a whole breakdown in the next class of pigeon, and it took me like 5 minutes to guide people in, and they were laughing at me, and they're like, will you just tell us to get into pigeon? Because we have that vibe, And I'm like, okay.
From no to okay.
Yeah. And so, but now, it's fantastic, and there's so many different ways to approach that too.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's amazing kind of how people are laid out differently in their
Yes.
bodies, and someone's doing pigeon one way and someone's doing pigeon the other way,
And we have a lot of fellas come to our class.
oh, do you?
Yes,
Really?
and so like a lot of times, like I think two are coming to chair tonight, which makes my day.
Yeah.
Chair yoga is not just for seniors. Just throwing that out there. I throw that out there whenever I post things.
Right.
But yeah, so I know a lot of fellas have anatomically they have a little more tightness in the hips. Stereotypically, that's not always the case, but so getting into pigeon, whoa, buddy.
Oh,
you know.
oh yeah, I could just imagine.
Yeah.
So
So
they're so much. They're usually so much stronger than us, but they're so much more stiff.
yeah, and part of that's because yeah, I know you can't see that in a microphone, but I was
You know what we're doing.
I was like
We're puffing
bracing
our chests
myself.
up,
I
yeah.
was like flexing my arms
Your
and like
biceps,
tightening up my
yeah.
hips.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it's like this pressure of strength, and constantly kind of like clenching yourself together. So some of we'll probably do pigeon on the chair tonight, which I love it.
Oh, you'll have to show
Love
me
it.
how to.
Oh my god. Yeah, we'll do it right now. Let's go. We could use the table. Honestly, it would feel so good. Oh my god. But yeah, there's just so many options.
I love that too. Yeah, because you don't have to do it just that one set way.
No way. Yeah, and we
You
talk
can be
about
weird
that.
with it and just
Exactly.
do what you want.
Exactly. Yeah, especially if we have some new folks in class, I'll make sure everybody knows we're not here to match the shapes of our neighbor. We're not here to match the practice of our neighbor. If you have questions, we interact all the time. Very chill.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say it seems like a very relaxed
Yeah.
environment.
We try to get the nervous system like feeling safe, and for a lot of folks who are trying yoga for the first time, it's so intimidating.
Right.
Yeah, and like we almost always have somebody that's new or maybe has never done yoga before, and I love that, And so I'll try to keep my eyes peeled, but I'm also like, I can't emphasize enough, and you're going to hear the students, if you have questions, shout them out. Like,
That's great.
if something doesn't feel right, speak up. Like, we talk about agency a lot, and just,
Yeah, I think there is kind of a lot of maybe like pressure, like you're in a pose and you're like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like fish.
Yes. Oh. Yeah, we did fish yesterday.
Oh, did you?
At our fake cemetery. We called it our fake cemetery class because we weren't at the cemetery. But so a lot of times I'll go from bridge to fish and do those in that order. So bridge would be like elevated hips. They're a little bit higher than chest height, on your backs. And then fish would be kind of the opposite. And you would have something elevating behind, like right below your shoulder blades usually. But so I, like pretty much everybody in my family and a lot of my friends circle, we are technology people who tend to curl our head and our bodies forward. Yeah. Got the tablets, got the phones. And so doing any kind of back bend can be really intense. And so sometimes I'm like, honestly, just laying on your back is intro to fish. And sometimes just folding up a blanket. Excuse me. I'm not even doing twists or fish, and I'm still burping anyway. But even having a folded blanket there can create a gentle expansion for fish and like building up to it.
right.
Yeah, it's still so powerful.
Yeah, because I will fidget like crazy
Oh,
in
yeah.
fish, and
Yes.
I'm just like, like, do I just like thug it out or like do I come out of it
Well,
early? Like,
And then sometimes there's like, are people going to judge me if I come out of
right,
it
there's
early?
sometimes there's a performance aspect
Totally.
to yoga. Like sometimes with tree, I
Mm.
try to tell the people like, if you fall over, that's okay. But like, obviously nobody wants
Nobody
like,
wants to. You know what? I follow this gal. Her name's April Kinda Rocks, and she does metal yoga as well. We're like Instagram besties. Not
Oh,
really.
yeah.
If you hear this, and you'll never hear this, but like we talk occasionally, so
Oh, yeah.
she's my bestie.
Yeah.
But so she did a class recently on balance and encouraged the students to fall over instead of trying to make them stop, and just talked about like the whole mental connection with like allowing yourself to wobble and allowing yourself.
Right, because
Yeah.
when you wobble like that, you could even prevent maybe like a worse fall.
Exactly.
You know? Like,
Exactly.
so-
Especially as we get older, fall prevention is such an important, as you know, like, I mean, I don't know if people know that you teach.
Oh
Chair-
yeah, I talked to Cheryl McHugh on this
Okay.
podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to like
Oh yeah.
dox you or anything, but like, but so you
my side
teach,
hustle.
hey, you teach chair yoga for seniors.
Yeah.
And so giving them that gift of mobility is so important as we get older. Not that it's not important when we're.
I think I
Age.
think I take it for granted, you
For
know,
real.
like the mobility, and I try to think about, well, when I get to be 65, you know, raising my arm straight up in front of me is gonna be like harder than it was at 35. Like,
Right.
So
Although you're like on it, you know, so by moving now.
I hope so.
Yeah. You're definitely not hurting
Yeah,
matters.
I literally like sometimes before I'm teaching yoga, I'll have like a headache because I like to
Yes.
sleep. I'm a sloth.
Yes.
But then I have found every time that I'm done with yoga, my headache has lessened or
Yeah.
completely gone. It's like it's never been a bad idea to do some yoga.
I know.
Yeah.
It's funny. Like, y'all, you know, sometimes we feel like we're too tired or we're too sore or, you know, for a little stretch. But, yeah, everybody, they get to the end of class and they're like, oh, that's what I needed. It's like, yes, yes, ma'am, yes, sir,
Yes.
absolutely, yes, friend.
Yes, and you know, I think people sometimes think, well, if I don't get my heart rate up like
Yes,
sky high or whatever, you
Right.
know, or if I'm not literally pushing myself to the limit,
yeah.
that movement's not valid or
Right.
you know,
Well, and I
effective.
think, yes, and I guess I'm just as emphatic about my yeses as I am my no's.
Well, that's good.
Just like get them out.
You just got passion.
I know. But so we've talked about the end of class. The pose is called Shavasana or happy nap time. We call it sometimes.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. So you know, it's usually about 5-ish minutes, give or take, depending on how long your class is, and it can feel. Excuse my snuffles. It can feel a little intimidating also to feel like you're forcing yourself to be still for 5 minutes, you know. And so I read something recently that talks about like really all of the work that you're doing in your class, no matter how, oh gosh, I can't even think of the right word, but how energetic it is, we'll just say, or how calming the class might be. All of that is being integrated into your system, into your breathing, into your nervous system during the end of class practice, the happy nap time, the Shavasana. So Shavasana, yes.
Yeah, I get it.
There's no eight. Well, yeah. Anyway,
Where's the V in there?
yeah. Oh. So it's I think part of what I had read mentioned that while you're resting purposefully, you're teaching, you're helping to wire your system so that it understands it is safe to choose to be at peace instead of, you know, I gotta be peaceful, you know, like, and sometimes we do struggle to stay still, and at the same time, it's like we're not going to shame ourselves for it. Give yourself 5 seconds, and if you give yourself 5 seconds, and then you're like, hey, that wasn't so bad, maybe give yourself 5 more, you know. But
Right.
every amount of time you can give yourself is such a gift. So
Sometimes I feel like there's pressure to have some sort of like cataclysmic like awakening or
Totally.
something like
Totally.
to
yes.
or to go to like, you know, some higher plane or something.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And you know what? If that happens, good for you. I'm still waiting. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding.
Right.
I will say that I feel like yoga sometimes is most beneficial in hindsight. Like I didn't even realize what was happening and what was changing and healing inside of me until I looked back on it. And that's kind of a neat thing to think about. Most people, even if they're having these epiphany type experiences or this I don't know. Anyway, they don't realize them in the moment, you know. And I think some of the most amazing gifts that we give to ourselves happen in the process of continuing to show up for yourself, even if it feels kind of boring or sometimes repetitive or sometimes silly or overwhelming, which is something I'm working on myself, you know. Still continuing to show up for yourself, I think is where it's at.
Very true. Very true. I hadn't thought about it kind of like in
Oh.
hindsight, you know, it's really
For
helping you.
real. Mhm.
So, do you have any people that you kind of are your mentors or that you like their style or that kind of inspired you?
Well, I really enjoy the folks, a lot of what the folks did through the Rage Yoga. I don't even know if that would be a brand. I guess that would be a brand. They just crack me up. I love the idea of just not taking things too seriously because I'm already tense and trying to get things perfectly all the time anyway. I really enjoy my friend April, who April Kinda Rocks. I know I mentioned her earlier. There's also my friends in Pittsburgh that own Death Comes Lifting. It's a horror and metal based gym.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so they do a lot of different themed classes too. I've taught there before. So there's also a fella who I believe his first name is pronounced Jivana Heyman, but he kind of pioneered an accessible yoga movement and is very focused on making sure that truly anyone can enter a yoga practice. It's beautiful. And so I really respect what he's doing. If you follow him on social media, a lot of times he'll post other people's viral flows or like, you know, other things they've shared, and then he'll do the exact same flow in a chair right next to them. And it's just so empowering to see that. So yeah, I think those are some of my favorites.
Now, are you the only teacher at Weird Flex?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I love seeing how each person kind of each teacher brings their own kind of style.
Yes.
Some of them like that real punishing, like,
I know.
pace, and
Yeah.
then other people find their niche in restorative, and other people, yeah, it's so interesting to see like how everybody's personality kind of influences their style of teaching.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do have some yoga teachers who come to our classes or other fitness instructors, you know, that come in. And I think, you know, that's the only perspective I can give in that case. But I think a lot of them really enjoy the relaxed pace and how we're very kind of rough and tumble. And I think they just like the escape.
Yes, and so I was going to ask you. So I've
Sure.
been teaching for about a year or so, and
Yay.
I have. It's kind of hard for me to like look at the students, like,
Yeah.
and so I wanted to ask you, how do you? Because I try to make eye contact, but I feel like they think I'm. It's so awkward, and I'm not. It's like I'm not judging them, but I want to see what they're doing so I can offer some critiques. But it's just kind of hard for
It
me
is.
to look right at them and
Be like, you
yeah.
straighten your hips.
And I don't know. Sometimes I just shut my eyes.
I get it. Yeah, I mean, so I do the little pep talk at the beginning where I'm like, you know, it's so important to me that you're feeling comfortable when you're practicing, and that you're not here to match the shape of your neighbors, but I know we want to keep you safe. Sometimes I'm going to make like a general statement. Like if we're doing plank seems to be a big one where it's like the shapes go all over the place, and I just want to make sure people's bodies feel supported. And be like, that I see you, Melissa. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I see you
struggling over
Phyllis.
there,
Yeah. And so sometimes I'll just be like, you know, you might find more support in this if you imagine a line from the top of your head going through to your heels. And I was like, but you do you. Just understand you may feel stronger if you imagine that. And then, you know, if I do notice things, you know, sometimes I'll just be like, well, no, I'm just kidding.
No.
You're wrong. No, I do not do that. But I might say, you know, if anyone has any questions about any of the poses we've done in class, you are always welcome to ask me after class. I'm always super excited if anybody ever wants to break a pose down. Like, that gives me life. So, you know, if anybody, and sometimes people will just start speaking up right there and be like, oh yeah, this is getting in the way, or this feels kind of funky. And I'm like, good, let's talk about it. Let's get this. So, but a lot of times there's, again, it's like, it can feel kind of vulnerable to admit that you need help. I just scraped my hand across the mic.
No worries.
Sorry about that. It's not happening. But it can feel vulnerable to feel like you need help. You want to just hit the ground running and be the yogi that you always knew you could be, right? But like, and so I tend to also point out my own mistakes. And like I was saying, you know, make sure your shoulders are dropping away from your ears, unlike mine, which are vice grips
Meanwhile.
around my neck. And I'll say that part too, you know, I'll just be like, this is a human experience. And no matter how many times I tell you and myself to lower those shoulders, they just keep creeping up, you know, like that's why we're here, to help balance that out.
So do you do all the poses with them, or do you
I
kind of?
do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of our students are visual in learning. And so I do occasionally, I'll do a blindfolded class.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It's way fun. And so it's really good for helping me with my cues too, for helping me to describe things. But yeah, most of the time I do feel like I do an okay job. If my students are watching this, call me out if I'm wrong, because I need humbled. But like, I feel like I do a pretty good job of explaining how the poses go, but also I do demo, and then try to keep my head on a swivel at the same time, you know? But eye contact, very long answer to your question, eye contact can definitely be challenging for me too. Especially when you don't know a student well and you're not sure if they want to be called out. So yeah, I will usually just do my best to make kind of like general statements and then re-invite them to always genuinely feel like we can talk, because it makes me happy. I love it. So you will be the opposite of annoying me. You know?
And you have trauma-based therapy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I have way too many certifications. I kind of went on this little kick when I was getting my training. But yes, so I have like my own trauma, you know, and I have my own kind of blocks that I've been working through, but it feels like, you know, things kind of heal cyclically. And it's really important to me that I create an environment where other folks who maybe have some kind of background of trauma, or, you know, or maybe just nervous, that they feel as safe as they can.
That's
And
great.
With us.
Well,
Yeah.
I could literally talk to you all day long, but I have to get ready to do the 6 o'clock news.
Oh no, I don't even know how long we've been
We've been
here.
talking for about 40 minutes.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I could talk to you for so long, because it's like an onion. You can just peel back like all kinds
Let's do
of...
part 2.
Yes, literally. I need more women, so I'm gonna
Yay.
have to start going through more women. but-
I'll do cosplay, and like people won't even know
Just dye
it's
your
me.
hair, so
I'll use a
yeah.
voice changer. Yeah,
We're
and,
getting high tech with it.
yeah, and we can talk about photography.
Oh yeah, we didn't touch on your background in photography. Yeah.
Like, I still do it.
Oh yeah.
Like, not really full time, but like, yeah, it was never my intention to be a yoga teacher. It was like never my intention, but I can't
Universe
stop
just-
it. I know.
Just told you.
Yeah.
Do you combine yoga and the photography, or are they still kind of two separate?
I'm trying to
interests of
think.
yours?
I have photographed yoga teachers. I guess that would be an overlap, but I feel like I know more about teaching yoga now than I did when I took the pictures. So I should maybe revisit that. You know, like, it didn't feel as intuitive. So
Was,
like,
did you have a photography business, or was it kind of just? Oh wow.
yeah, so like Michelle Waters Photography, I opened that puppy, what did I do? Maybe in '04. But I've been doing photography for 27 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you
Yeah.
still do that? Or
Yeah. I actually have a couple of projects I'm working on, editing right now at home, and I do the house photography for the People's Bank Theater.
oh, okay.
I do a lot
You're
of
a
event
multitasking
stuff.
queen.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, we love to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll definitely have to go back to your photography.
That's a
and
totally
and
different woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just talk more about yoga too.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you'd like to add before we go?
I know that depending on when this comes out, we'll hopefully have our September and October class calendars posted somewhat soon, especially because spooky season's coming and we have lots of spooky things planned.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. I really
course.
appreciate your time, and thanks everyone for joining us. And I'll see you on the next episode.